What a day to be alive, guys. It's patch day for Chivalry 2. Always brings a lot of excitement to the community. And the August update was supposed to be here quite a while ago. We're in November, but at least the update is finally here. And we're not happy it was so late, but we can turn this page and look to the future and hopefully have a great 2024 in Chivalry. Patch notes can be super long, so let me dive into everything you need to know about patch 2.9 Reclamation. First up, we have new content, the Reclamation of Mont Crux. It's a map in Tenosia where Agatha actually gets to attack and take some ground in foreign land. The map is short, like very short. If you have a stacked team, attack can win in like 10 minutes. There's a lot of time to do each objective, and there's not many objectives. The map feels a little bit clustered. I will say, with all the negative feedback, the map looks like Chivalry 2. It looks really nice. The environment, the castle, everything looks like I would picture something in the medieval Crusades. I really like the aesthetic of it. I don't want to dive too much with my impressions, but from the 2 times I played it, I thought, well, at least it's a hell of a lot better than Bridgetown. I absolutely hated Bridgetown. I was like, I can tolerate this map. I will say at some point, going up the hills where there are rocks and stuff that you get stuck on for no reason is going to piss me off to an extreme degree, but I'm happy to play it for now. Hopefully I keep kind of decent feelings about it. It's not going to be something that rivals like Lionspire or Rudhelm, but it's better than the last map. Now we have a new weapon. It's an archer weapon. I don't want to hear about any of my viewers trying this out. You guys know my feelings on that. You're going to end up on the wall of shame, but it's the siege crossbow, and the whole thing about it is that you can use it against siege equipment, so you can shoot barricades, you can shoot ballistas and do damage and destroy them from range. It also goes through barricades. I'm very, very interested in seeing if the competitive players find a way of exploiting this, but the siege crossbow is here. It operates like a bow. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking, but it's there if you want to try it. We also get a new battle pass, and that's themed on the factions that are in the actual map Mont Crux, so Agatha and Tenosia. The cosmetics, they go from filler to pretty cool stuff. I will say I really like the last armor set, and I absolutely love the one-handed sword skin. It's so cool. Other stuff, it's okay. It's a battle pass. If you've seen the other Torn Banner battle passes, it's par for the course. I got it. You don't have to buy it. So if you want something to do, grind some drip, spend the $10. If you don't, you're not missing out on anything. Now, there have been some changes to the core combat, and after a few weeks, I'm going to be really interested to see what my kind of opinions are on the changes. But let's start with active parry. Previously, while your active parry was up, you could get disarmed if you had low stamina. That's not going to be a possible thing anymore, as when you have active parry, I guess it'll just negate the hit so you won't take stamina damage. Next up, we have aim assist, and this is a big one for me. All those boys ready to try out that new siege crossbow. The game's not going to aim for you as much anymore. There's been videos that I've made and other people have shown on what's called arrow magnetism in the game, where it'll literally pull your arrow. Ever seen the Robin Hood Men in Tights, the Patriot arrow? It like homes in on the target. Well, that was happening in Chivalry, and that's been removed completely, so now you actually have to hit your shots. Jabs are really strong in this game, and Torn Banner noticed at the highest levels, players were abusing jabs more than intended, so they added a feature where you could not jab after a cooldown. Now, they've gone back to kind of a middle ground where you can jab after a dodge, but it's going to be coming out a little bit slower than a normal jab, so we'll see how this balances things. For team objective, I don't think this is really it's a nothing burger, but for the high-end duels, I'm interested to see how it plays out. Now, this one is a little contentious for me as someone who loves the longsword, and I hate my teammates running in front of me in 64-player team objective mode while I'm fighting. You know, it happens all the time in first person. You're fighting, someone runs right in front of you, you hit them in the back, so your hit doesn't actually hit your enemy, and then you both get killed. We've all been there. One of the big counters to this was using stabs because they go through your teammates and still hit the enemy. I feel like this was an incentive for people to actually stab in team fights. This feature is gonna be gone though. You can no longer stab through your teammates, and initially I was pretty pissed off about this, but I have the feeling once I start playing I'll realize that generally I usually put my stab through the teammates, like in those little gaps anyway. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. We'll see. I'm sure I'm gonna wind up making a video on this change specifically in the next few weeks. Now, this is also a huge combat change and something that people like myself or Coach Sorter Dave have been complaining about, but in the previous patch, they increased the parry box significantly. What this meant was sometimes you're on the side of an enemy or you're behind the enemy, and they miraculously block your attack. The parry window was made absolutely massive, and it's super frustrating. Now, they're going to revert this to somewhere between where it was before and where it is now. I think this is a good change and a compromise we can deal with. I'm excited for this change because nothing frustrates me more than running up to an enemy, stabbing them in the back, and somehow their ass cheeks block the attack. They must be, packing pretty large back there. When you first log in, you'll notice that your matchmaking screen, it's gonna be differently. They got rid of Mounted Warfare completely. Mounted Warfare, look, bottom line, Torn Banner spent a lot of time on the horses in that mode, but they're not on every map, and the players seem to reject it. It was a very low population player queue. So yeah, Mounted Warfare is gone. If you want to do horses on the main page, 40-player servers will be back, and 40-player servers will have the horse maps along with Team Deathmatch. And on the topic of Team Deathmatch, you guys know I absolutely hate Team Deathmatch. Every time I'm playing on stream, TDM comes up, I bitch and moan for 10 minutes. Well, Team Deathmatch is going to be gone. Get it out of there. It's not going to be in 64-player team objective anymore, so we can only play the really good maps. Now, I think I covered all the big hitters or the big ticket items in this patch. There are a ton of bug fixes. I'll link the actual patch notes in the description down below if you want to check that out. If you enjoyed the video, you found it informative, hit the subscribe button, champ out.